So, what happened to Winsome Duncan? That's me. Welcome to Winsome Ignite Network. This is actually my first long form video, and I've been contemplating on how I was going to come on and when I was going to come on and what is it that I want to say and what do I want to say it. But you know what? We're just doing it in one take because ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I is busy. Whew. All right. So I have been on a journey of a dislocated right knee. And this journey started last year on 21st of July, 2025. I think having a disability and mobility problems is just no joke. You definitely see the world in a different context, different layers. You know, is it going to be accessible? Can I walk in the rain? Am I going to bust my ass on the floor? And it it's just life changing, life altering, challenging, and crazy. But out of the craziness comes hope. Out of the craziness comes new beginnings, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You know. So I'm just gonna just go into specifically what happened and just big up to all the people out there that's dealing with dislocated right knee fractures, Oh my goodness me. It's a craziness. It's absolute madness, to be honest. Absolute madness. So my life is very busy. I'm a publisher by trade. I publish books, Peaches Publications, and I was busy under Satan's yoke. Let's just call it that. Boom. Busy under Satan's yoke. And the reason why I say that is because I was doing so much, but doing so little to advance my career forward. It was just about getting in the money, getting in the paper, getting in that check, where I just felt like my whole existence around writing was just faded. And it was just all about doing other projects. And I guess one could say I came off track. I must have come off track because God did a full 360 on me. You understand what I'm saying? And for anyone that has faith, for anyone that's spiritual or believes in destiny, divine purpose, divine opportunities, and all that good stuff, you will understand what I mean. My life got turned upside down, and I remember the day clearly. I was at home, I made breakfast, nice, healthy breakfast, even took a picture of my breakfast. And I was watching Joyce Myers on television, and her message, it was so eerie. Her message was during her back surgery when she was ill, she talked about having the grace to deal with, uh, oh gosh, let me not get emotional in here, but having the grace to deal with the patience of recovery and it taking longer than it was or should have because of the complications that she went through. And oh man, that was preparing me for a moment that I never ever would have dreamt of. And it's funny because where's my tissues at? Didn't plan for this. It's funny because when when oh boy, when I do my memoir, um I always I always will say in it that I'm a person that never fell down, like it was no, because I'm a big girl, right? I'm curvy, right? I'm fluffy, yeah. I got a big bum, okay? Big butty Winsome, that's me. And, I just pride myself of walking through the snow and not slipping and falling and busting my ass. I just pride myself on that. So, it's just been, absolutely crazy. And when I did eventually fall, and I've fallen a couple of times, but nothing to this extent, I was out. I was out. It's just I'm still recovering now, and we're talking last year. It just completely it wiped me out, and I had to rebuild from scratch. Oh, I had to rebuild from scratch. So what happened? So I had my nice little breakfast, watched Joyce Myers, and I was actually on the way to the hospital. Ended up right there. And I had two appointments actually that day in two different hospitals. And I was on the way to the hospital. Um, and I arrived in an ambulance, still going to the hospital, but not in the way I wanted to. And it's funny, I do use humor to deflect sometimes on how I feel, or just to try and ease the tension and make myself, feel a bit more better. So don't worry about that. If you find me talking about serious subjects and I'm just busting up laughing, because what else is there? Am I going to cry my eyes out? Maybe. So, where I live, the roads are poorly kept. Let's say that. And I have to be careful for legal reasons, right? Because I ain't trying to spoil my check. But they're not maintained properly. There's sustenance on the road, subsidence, sorry, dyslexic, subsidence on the road, and just all kind of madness, yeah. And that day, with the foliage and every nonsense that was in that gutter, I mashed myself up on the uneven pavement. Like it was nearly 2 inches uneven. And anybody that knows legally, slips and falls, anything over 1 inch is devastating. And cause for compensation, right? And I crossed over to get the Uber. I'm just getting the Uber because, like normal, I'm running late and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And actually, I was £50 more heavier than I am now. So I actually lost weight in hospital, but that's a whole other story anyway. Um, but I will touch on it just briefly. And my leg went like this. It went boing, and then it went boing. And I thought to myself, oh, I didn't know my leg could do that. That's that I thought. I did not know that my leg could do that. Brump, brump. And then I still really didn't feel the pain. And I was on the floor and I was like, like that, a bit like, uneven. And oh mate, when I tried to get up, people. Oh my God, one piece of pain. I was like, oh my Lord, what is happening? And then I called, well, before I called my dad, he was the first person, like, call my dad in a moment of crisis. It was a video call. And my dad was like, don't call me on video call. But no, this was an emergency, Pops. Like, please, pick up. And he did. And I saw my credit cards fly out from my phone, my debit cards, they flew out, and I was like, what happens if the car runs them down? Because I'm in the middle of the road, on the floor, not able to move, not able to do nothing. And this lovely lady and her baby came. I can't even remember her name, but thank you. And she was the first one to the rescue to start raising the not the flag, but alerts and calling ambulances and stuff. And oh boy, it was an absolute madness. It was an absolute madness. And I'm calling my dad and I'm like, Dad, Dad. Oh, my leg, my leg. I don't even know what I was saying because I think the natural pain relief was in me and I still wasn't fully feeling like, you know, but the best way to describe it was like a fire. It was a fire in my leg, and that's the best way to describe it, right? And then after my dad called, I was seeing someone at the time, and then they were video calling me, and I picked up the phone, and I just remember just crying and just being in pain. And they're sitting there laughing and smiling. And I'm just thinking, are you dumb? Are you stupid? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, like they couldn't process my emotion and thinking that this is like some prank or, some foolery, tomfoolery or whatever, whatever, and making it and playing it down and, oh, you'll be all right and all of this. But that's not what I needed. What I needed was, is the ambulance on the way? Can you call someone? Within minutes, my sister Carmen, she's coming from Islington up to Southeast London, and people are making their way down to this hospital that I'm going to once, the ambulance is there. And it was just so crazy. And I was so scared. And I'm thinking, why can't I get up? And still I'm not clocking nothing, I'm saying to myself, well, they're just gonna do whatever, and then I'll be all right. And I'm thinking I'll be all right in 2 weeks. Hey, hey, I'll be all right in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, I'll be all right. Yeah, because I got things to do. Because I'm so important. I'm a publisher. I'm an award-winning publisher, darling. And I'll be all right in 2 weeks. Oh my days. Listen, listen, people. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks turned into 3 months and 17 days. I was in hospital prison. Can you imagine? Don't even get me started on the food. Do not get me started on the food. I mean, this is just to give you an idea of what happened, what went down. People are like, I don't know, I don't know. I saw something on TikTok, I saw something on Facebook, I don't know. And I'm just like, well, stop, scroll, read, digest, you know, try to understand. But to be fair, I was on so much morphine that probably weren't making sense most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the ambulance came, there was a lady and a guy, and they were like, we're going to try and get you up. And I'm thinking, nah, don't you need a wheelchair? Or, like, like, what do you mean you're going to try? You two are going to try and get me up. Are you strong enough? Have you not seen that I'm big butty Winsome? Have you not seen that? And she was talking me through it, and we're gonna give you some air. I think it was like maybe what pregnant women have, the gas in the air, but it tasted sweet. It tasted like a sweetie. And I'm breathing it in. I actually kept that as a memento. I'm breathing it in and listening. And they gave me, no, no, that was in the hospital. They gave me two different things. And they said, we're going to help you to get back up onto the bed, and because there was a bed stretcher there. The bed was tiny. The bed was tiny, boy. I don't even know how I fitted on that bed. It was tiny. Do some beds for some bigger bums. Yeah, how about that? So I got onto, I got on, so I had this puffing, and I just remember it tasting sweet. And I was like, ooh, and just keep breathing on it, keep breathing on it. I was like, okay, 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 okay. And I'm and I was taking some deep breaths. I was taking some deep breaths, people, like deep proper breaths. And they said, okay, so we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna get up, and I've got your leg, I've got your leg. Look, I'm holding you. I said, are you sure? Like, because I hope you lot ate your Weetabix today. I swear down, because I am not a skinny mini. I hope you ate your Weetabix today. I really hope so. But and you had some orange juice and some vitamin C. And she puts her foot in a certain way, and oh, you're not gonna fall, or whatever she said. 1, 2, 3, up I come, yeah. Not funny. It's not funny. People, this is a very serious situation to be in. Up I came, and the scream. Oh my God. I mean, everyone just looked at me. There was about 6, 7 people out there trying to help, trying to be of assistance. Just a whole lot of stuff going on, and offering me food and drink, and do you want a cushion, and this and that, blah blah blah. And I can't even duplicate the scream. Like, everyone heard it. In Africa they heard it. In India, in Bangladesh, they heard the scream. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a crazy, 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 crazy scream. I don't know what it's like when women give birth, but it's just a loud scream. And the paramedic woman looked at me like, "Are you all right, love?" Because my pain threshold is it was not great, but I tell you what, being in that hospital with 8 metal rods sticking out of my right leg from my hip all the way down to my ankles, oh, my pain threshold improved somewhat. I'm telling you, seriously, on a day-to-day basis, on a day-to-day basis. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Pain unimaginable. Pain unimaginable. Hey! Anyway, let me try and speed this story up because I said I'm only doing like half an hour because I need to get some beauty sleep. It's kind of late right now and I've just come out from an event and I thought, while the makeup done did, let me just quickly just. This is what happened to Winsome Duncan, BBC One Extra Future Figures. So in the ambulance, going to where I'm going, and for some reason, I don't know what. No, it's the drugs, isn't it? Whatever they gave me, pethidine, I don't know. I was filming and recording myself. Ah! Yeah, man. I was filming and recording my skin on this thing. Oh, mate, I don't even know why I was even documenting it. I have no idea. Because I'm a filmmaker. I am a filmmaker. I guess it just. Let's get this phone right. Is this phone, yeah, my little iPhone I've had for 10 years. If anyone wants to upgrade me, yeah, it's fine. I'll accept it as a birthday present. And I'm just there and I've got this puffy thing in my mouth and just take a puff when you need to. And I'm like like this and I'm just there's a little clip. I'm trying to attach it down. And I'm into the A&E and we're doing what we're doing and blah 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 blah. And so long story short, right? Because there's just so much to this. This is why I'm doing a TV series. This is why I'm doing a memoir. This is why I'm doing a journal, Bed 24 Chronicles, which is coming out shortly, but we'll get to that. So imagine this is my knee. This is a normal looking knee, ladies and gents, right? So my dislocation was like this. Like this. That's how my knee was. Oh, mate, listen, that's what happened. My knee went like this, right? And when I was in the emergency, and I remember one of the doctors there, he was great, Irish, but he looks Asian. Very different combination. And what they had to do, they had to pull my knee and put it in place so it looks like that. Ah. And then they put a cast on it, and my leg is big. Oh my gosh. And before they could do that, before they did, they gave me two different pethidine thingies or whatever. I don't know. I'm going to find out what this drug was. They gave me two of them. Breathe into this, and then you breathe into that. No, what it was, I had to breathe into one, and then when they were about to do it, I had to take this next one. When they were about to do it, right, okay, so I think we're all ready. And they were like looking at me and da da da, and who's gonna pull and who's this and who's that and rah rah rah. I'm just there thinking, all right, so they'll put it back in play 2 weeks. That's it. I'll be up and about. Hello, hello, 2 weeks. Try 3 months and 17 days. Even my mum knows the dates. So hmm, they put me back together again. When they were like, I've got to stay in hospital, I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Because it just didn't click that I had a significant right knee dislocation. And just due to my size as well, made everything complicated. Everything complicated. And by the way, I have to just say, ooh, 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 to the doctors, to the nurse, to this nurse assistant for, looking out for me really during that time because they were all amazing. I mean, we had some fun moments, and there's definitely some stories to tell. I'm not going to share it all here, you'd have to buy the book. But yeah, thank you for saving my leg. Thank you for your expertise. Thank you for working 12, 13, 14 hours a day. Thank you for your generosity of spirit. Thank you for answering the bell when I called. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No words will never be enough, but I appreciate the love, the care, and the compassion that I received at your hands. So I just not computing. Why do I need to be in a hospital bed? You fixed it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, make this make sense. I got things to do. And yeah. Like maybe the drugs were still in my head. I don't know, but as the story goes, I had two surgeries. First one was to put in something called an external fixator. The second one was to remove an external fixator. The first one, I was awake when they did it. Oh my days. Oh my days, right? I had to not eat past 12 or something like that. So when it got to being in the surgical room, I don't know, man. I was just sick or I felt hungry and I was like, oh my God, I don't feel well. And I'm like this, and there's just one little white woman just there holding me. I was like, I don't think this is enough, people. I don't think this is enough. Really and truly, I don't. Why do I have to be awake? Just need to sleep. And obviously, I didn't know like the dangers and the breathing and the this and it's just so much to it. But I know now, in it, I know now because I was able to articulate myself, I was able to ask questions and just do so much. And she gave me a shot or something, maybe water and sugar. I have no idea, but it stopped me from I don't know, blood pressure low. I had blood pressure low all throughout. I took all my readings there. Like, oh, mate, the way I was documenting it, I've got a book, in fact, red book, just all my notes of who I spoke to, when I spoke to, all the rest of it, blah, 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 blah. Because what I will say on a serious note is that you have to be an advocate for your health. You really, really do. And in addition to you being an advocate for your health, you really have to be assertive. And that can get misconstrued and misunderstood for you being demanding, for you complaining too much. But it what? Me no business, Me, me no business. Oh boy, stories. The stories, people. The stories I have got to tell. Just wait. I'm ready now. My mouth is ready to open. Still on the road to rehab. Still learning to walk. Still limping. Still all kind of madness. But I'm here for it. Do you know what I mean? Like my time isn't the time yet. You still got me. How about that? So, I mean, like, you know, I've got these rods sticking out my legs like this. Eight of them. And the reason why they couldn't do surgery, because the doctor, and he was one of the top doctors, and he comes along and he's like, hello, Miss Duncan, how are you today? And all of this. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right, mate. And he well, due to your size, if we do surgery on it and remove the hamstring and put it to the side, and it will only last for 6 months, it's not going to be, it's not going to stay into place. So what we need is to give the leg time to heal. We put in an external fixator for 2 months, and we'll let it knit together. And so the injury itself was I tore my ACL, which is my ulterior collateral ligament. I tore, and this is severely torn. I mean, we're talking, I think it was grade 2 and grade 3 tears that I had. And I tore, and you can have a knee without an ACL, by the way, but mine was fixed. I tore my LCL, lateral collateral ligament, and my pointer was okay actually. Nothing happened to it. All things considering, it was still there. Why has this gone out of my head? I know this. LCL, ACL, and MCL, medial collateral ligaments. And I just became like my own knee doctor because I just needed to know what you lot are talking about. Number one, because I'm dyslexic. Number two, whether you're going to do what you propose you said you're going to do. And if I'm okay with that, because I was with my assistant, ChatGTP, and we were doing our thing, our doctorate, mate, in that hospital, yeah. So if someone wants to give me a doctorate, I'll happily accept it. And yeah, so that was my injury. It was a significant injury. And after 2 months, they were like, no, we need to leave it in longer. I was like, what are you talking about? And I'll never forget that day when the doctor left after telling me that. I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And my nurse husband, yeah, that's right, I did say that correctly. My nurse husband, that's what I will refer to him as, came on. What are you going for? He's just electric, this one. Me and him used to go at it. What are you going for? So I was looking at him like, you know, when you're just shocked that you stop crying, like, look, like a Scooby Doo thing. Look, look. Like, what? Excuse me. My curtains are drawn. Yeah, ain't nobody told you to come in here. But obviously, I was sobbing my heart out. And you know, when the curtains are drawn, you know there ain't no privacy. You know, everybody in the ward done did heard what the doctor did say. That there's no like, it's just for dignity that they close the curtains. Oh my goodness. I saw people live, I saw people die in that place. Like, it was crazy. And he's marching, whatever. Stop running, stop running. And I'm looking at him and it's like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. And he said, listen to me. He said, think about it. Isn't it better that you let the leg allow to heal rather than have it taken out and then you can never walk again? And that's how I thought about it. And I thought, oh, no, you got a point, you got a point, you got a point. But it's a just so I'm going to explain this to you, and then we're going to done this thing. So the 8 metal rods, the steel metal rods that were in my leg, had open wounds. And every day they had to be cleaned because I had an infection, which was a very dangerous, serious one called Pseudomonas. And then on top of that, I caught another infection on top of Pseudomonas towards the end of my stay. So they were trying to say, oh, we'll leave the dressings we won't disturb them for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days or some BS. People were trying to chat to me, and I was just like, pardon? Are you sure now? Because again, I was looking it up on chat. Like if something is infected and wounds are, oozing and stuff, if you leave it, it can get worse, and just all things can happen, even to the point that when I sent my sister the picture of how one of my wounds was looking like, she was just like, no, stop, Winsome, stop. I do not want to see this on my phone. I was like, please help me. Like, who else am I gonna show? You are my sister. We came out from the same womb. But no, she was like, no, 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 no. And it was just icky. It was just icky. And I had to deal with that every day. And I had liquid morphine and I had tablet morphine. Let's not even go there about constipation. We'll talk about that another time. And getting on and off that bed was a whole effort. I mean, the first sort of month, the, like more or less, I was chained in the bed, and it was just crazy, like movement. So, they, no, I'm not a skinny mini, so they had to come and be like two, three of them, and four, and I was like, oh man, this is humiliating. Do you know what I mean? But God had a reason. I had to go through that to get to this, and I had to pivot. I was off track with my life. I had to pivot. You see, I firmly believe that when you are not on the right track, God will realign you. When you're just not resting, God will realign you. Because I wasn't sleeping enough. I wasn't doing a lot of things. And I was forced to stop. I tried to run a business, but that was just ridiculous. I was so inundated with trying to let the pain ease up. I just had to sleep on my back. There was nothing else that I could do. It was a really helpless and vulnerable situation to be in. And I'm a single woman. Mm, And I had to reach out to depend on my family a lot. And I'm really grateful that all my friends and my family were there for me, because that was a mad thing. But also to the friends that I made while I was in hospital. Because if you're in a hospital bed for nearly 4 months, you see them come, you see them go. So you get to talking, right? So here we are. And I think in closing, what I want to do is just encourage you. I mean, that is a very short version of what has happened to me, since then. They did try to send me home with these metal rods, and I was like, the devil is a liar. Handora baka. Huh, this shall not happen, because my flat is tiny. Where are you sending me to go and bang into everything left and right? And like, what? Oh, well, you'll just be staying on the bed, and the carers will do this, and the carers will do that. I was just like, oh, no, you can't. And as God would have it, because when I caught the second infection, when they were trying to send me home, they didn't send me home, what, to go and die? No, I had to stay in there because they had to manage it. They had to, when infectious disease control comes to your bedside, you got problems. People, you have got problems. Yeah, you have got problems, especially when you didn't understand what they were doing there in the first place, and why they're coming to talk to you and saying about your samples of this and that. And the thing was, it was like straight from the gate, 2 or 3 days after surgery. Obviously, they're looking at the wounds now and like, this don't look right. Anyway, so if you've got a dislocated something, not even just the knee, it could be a shoulder, finger, I don't know. So many parts of the body can dislocate, right? Why am I laughing? It's so not funny. But if you have something that's dislocated, be of good cheer, my brethren. Be of good cheer, because this too shall pass. And I got a lot closer to God, and listening to the messages that He had on my life. And what's come out of this is journals. This is Bed 24 journal. And if you look here, this is my little teddy, because you need some sort of comfort and care and love when you're in these predicaments. And then I felt like I was just in another time zone. So there's like, so a bubble, a bubble and a bed. And I didn't want to put a hospital bed on this, because it's just too triggering. Like, I'd rather not see any of those again. And then, I've just got journals for people to tell their thoughts and to write down their medications. And this is what's come out of it. These beautiful affirmations. I am enough. Yes, you are. I am worthy. Yes, you are. I am gifted. Oh, that you are. So gifted. So talented. I am balanced. And for real, man, if you're in a hospital more than a week, you need one of these. You need to get yourself in order. And then after that, I started a digital online business and created this little beauty, the little book of healing hope by me, Winsome Duncan. 31 uplifting recovery notes for rest, peace, and renewal. And I did that in 7 days because I am the gifted. I am the talented. And again, it's to help people who are either in hospital or recovering after a long stint in the hospital and going through what they're going through. But just to write down, I love that picture, to write down how you're feeling, what you're going for, reaching for the hand of hope. It's not easy. So let's read this one. Oh, it's got a brain. So, page 47. Change your mind, change your life. I love that. It really is a mindset. As your thoughts are reviewed, your outlook and experience of life begin to transform. And then your daily reflection of change your mind, change your life. And then you write your thoughts on that. And I'll be doing a whole series of these. So do look out for them. Actually feel quite good starting to tell this story. There was many different ways I wanted to do it. I was like, okay, I can do part one, like do them in segments, 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's just so many layers to this that at least you have an introduction to what exactly happened to me and where I'm at the moment. Still standing. We thank God. Still recovering, still healing, still wanting to be a better version of myself. And believe it or not, I lost a lot of weight in that hospital because your dinner times were set, and after 6 o'clock, unless you're ordering Uber and they don't want to come up to the ward or come down and get it or whatever nonsense they were trying to tell me the 2 times that I did call them and left my food on a bin. Oh, let's not even go. Let's not go. Let's not go. If I ever saw that Uber driver, if I ever saw him, I was just like on the ground floor. I'm on the 10th floor. Uber man, we need to talk. Better give me some vouchers. So yeah, it was just a whole thing. So you would only have fruit as a snack, you'd only have yogurts as a snack, and you'd only have cheese and crackers as a snack. So I don't see how you can put on weight with any of those. Or if someone brought you stuff, but then it was like, oh, we're not allowed outside food. But I'm a rebel, isn't it, man? Tell me what I'm like. Like people were bringing me, it felt like it was contraband. They were bringing me oxtail, curry goat. What do you need? Yeah, can I have some oxtail, please? That's why the TV series is gonna be lit. It's gonna be fire because this is. If you've enjoyed this content, share it, please, please, please share it. There's going to be more long form coming. I'm going to give you tips about how to stay sane in a hospital bed for nearly 4 months. And there's just more. This is the first of its kind. And yeah, I'm able to talk about it without breaking it down. And I mean, I'm still a little bit like, oh, when it comes to all of this, paperwork and complaints and legalities, I'm just like, but I'm getting there one step at a time. So we're now at the end. My name is Winsome Duncan. I am a storyteller. Hey, this was up. I've had a beautiful day. I have been living on life's purpose. It was hailstoning today, it was raining, but I was around some really good, solid, wholesome people. And I just feel really blessed. I feel blessed that I have some powerhouses in my life who care enough to reach out and, are you okay today? And to listen for the answer. A lot of people are like, you're right. And then like, okay, I gotta go, bye. I'm like, but I ain't even answered the question. Oh boy. All right. So I have gone over my 30 minutes. So yeah, I am going to conclude. If you like, do like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification, ding. And yeah, this is my one take done. And all my links and social media are below. Love to hear from you. Love to connect with you. And it's the whole thing is Bed 24 Chronicles, because Bed 24 was the longest time that I stayed in that bed. So yeah, Bed 24 Chronicles coming to your TV screen and your bookshop very, very, very soon. All right, people. Peace and bless. It's Winsome McKnight Networks. Peace and blessing.